Hi everyone. Today we're going to draw white clover, Trifolium repens, known as the Dutch clover. It's a herbaceous perennial plant and is native to Europe and the British Isles as well as Central Asia. So we're just going to draw really quickly the head of a flower and a couple of leaves, and the head of the flower is circular in form. So if you just draw a rough circle, we can rub this out afterwards. And then from about here, you want to draw down and into a stem. And then we're going to do a couple of leaves coming out like so. And the reason why I put this dot here is because it sort of falls into two parts, the clover flower. It has a sort of lower section and then an upper section, and in those sections you have various shaped leaves that sort of form this sort of shape, long oval shapes, but they're built up. So if you draw the lower ones first, like that, make sure some of them go right to the edge of your circle, and then as you go upwards, just add more of these shapes, and they can come out to the side, and try and work in layers if you can. So I'm going to put this on time lapse in a minute. I'm going to do the lower petals in a similar sort of way to these ones, and then the leaves are trifoil, I think that's the right word, as in they have 3 petals. So they have a sort of rounded, put a little fold in that one, and then like that. So that's a side view. And then the other leaves, I'll do one open or flat on so that you can see it. So it would go like this, and then like that, and then like that. Okay, I'll finish this off in time lapse. That's about as much detail as I'd like to put in. If you want more detail, you can look online for a picture, or you can actually go and draw from life outside and look at the real flower in situ and do the leaves and all that sort of thing. So the reason why I'm not putting loads of detail in is because I'm going to do it in pen. So I'm using these graphic line makers. This is a 0.3 size. I've also got a 0.2 and a 0.5. If you haven't got these, a normal ballpoint pen will do. If you're going to put any paint on top of this, or any ink or something like that, then you need to make sure that your marker pens are water permanent, not water soluble. These don't actually have anything written on them, but I know that they're permanent markers, meaning that once you've got them down on the paper, they won't move. So I'm just going to draw a little bit of each section so you can see how it works, and then you can either copy or follow the flower head that you're drawing. It's up to you. So I'm just doing that on the lower sections, of the petal. I've got a couple of small projections coming out there before a large petal there. I'm going to put a line up the center just to describe the shape a bit. On the stem, I'm just going to outline. Now I'm using 0.3 here. There's no reason why you couldn't use a 0.2. So if I show you what a 0.2 does. So with the petal, with the leaves, you can actually do some shading if you want to. The leaves are quite rounded in shape, so bear that in mind when you're drawing your leaves. So for example, in here you could do some cross hatching. That is where you work your pen in one direction diagonally and then change angle and work in the opposite direction, and that'll create a nice solid dark colour. You could also do one side of the petal with stripes like that. Okay, so watch it build up on time lapse. Okay, there we have our finished Trifolium repens, white clover. I've finished it using these pens and I've done as much shading as I want to do. I thought because the clover is white, we'd just leave it in black and white. Remember to do your cross hatching and things like that. If you want to use this further, then you can trace the image onto a piece of watercolour paper and then lay down some colour using ink or watercolour. If you want to just use it on this paper, which is just A4 copier paper, then you can use coloured pencil or pen. If you want to trace it and you don't want to use this original image, take a photograph of it and then print from that photograph a black and white image that you can then trace onto your watercolour paper. Okay, look after these flowers. They're a very important forage crop for lots and lots of insects and bees. So if you see them, leave them alone, don't mow them up. They're around most of the summer, so look after them. Most important forage crop. Okay, there we go. So see you next time, and thanks for watching again, and bye for now.